I'm Doug here at Global West, and I thought I'd take a second to talk to you about these control arms. These happen to be for 1964 through 72 Chevelles, A-bodies, GTO, Le Mans, Cutlass, 442s, Buick Special, Buick GS. There's actually quite a few. Now what these particular arms have is they're using a polyurethane bushing on the rear end side and a bearing system on the front side. Now we want to make sure we have a bearing in the front of the control arm to allow for articulation. Now the type of bearing that we're going to use is a spherical bearing, and this is what's actually in the front of this control arm. And what I'm going to show you here is when you mount this in the frame, these here are attached to the frame, and the bearing here has the control arm. It presses into the control arm. So it allows the control arm to pivot. Okay, can you see that moving there? Okay, you want to have that. Anything rigid in that frame in the back there, on both sides, for example, will stop the differential from articulating. And we have other videos talking about that, on how you can make that A-body work in the rear. So these particular control arms, we've got our bearing system here. We're using a polyurethane bushing in the back. It's got a grease fitting on it for lubrication. The urethane is also channeled for grease to help keep the squeaks out of the system. This is also designed, you'll notice this notch here. There's a notch here in the tube, okay? This notch here is so that your factory sway bar can directly attach. We also give you new hardware, and there's spacers. You get 4 of these. Now these spacers you may or may not use, is depending on how the bend of your sway bar is. Sometimes you'll use all 4, sometimes you'll use 2 on one side, sometimes you won't use any. The partner for this is a TBC 18. Like I said, it fits 64 through 72. Now, one of the nice things about this is the bearings, the articulation that the rear end is allowed to do. That's very important to keep your ride. It's very important for handling as well. Both of these conditions are met by using a bearing, okay? So, if you're looking to rebuild your car, the rear suspension, you want to free up that movement in the back, give you a little bit better ride, definitely a better ride, and improve your handling on corner exit, these TBC 18s are something you may want to consider.